Time to check on winners and losers from Wall Street. Joining us as always, financial expert Rob Black.
Yes.
Rob, hello.
Hello, good morning.
All right, let's start with one of your winners, Citibank, making headlines this morning. It not only announced that it was going to be paying, what, $7 billion to the federal government for that whole financial real estate mortgage fiasco thing that we went through, but it also beat earnings expectations, right? I mean, is that why it landed on your winners list, or what's your rationale?
I'm not going to go after their earnings yet. Okay. I'm just going to go after the story, and people can hate me and write emails to me that Citibank is an evil bank that ripped off people. There's a lot of truth to that. But when you make a deal with the government, it's the demon known versus the demon unknown. So $4.5 billion in cash, the government, $2.5 billion to aid low-income tenants and struggling homeowners. Wall Street doesn't like question marks. So anytime you see a big bank settle, that tends to help the stock kind of like say, worst case scenario, it's gone. It's somewhere in the middle. Yeah, it's a pretty big fine, but yeah, they make a lot of money and they're going to survive this. You know, Citibank's biggest fear is Silicon Valley and all the new apps that are being developed on how to transfer money from you to me, or from, you know, me to my haircut person. So that's their biggest fear. They can handle this. But again, it's another page closed in the 2008 banking fiasco that was tied towards the United States stock market crash.
All right, and let's move on to other corporate news. We have GoPro, which IPO'd recently. A lot of fanfare, a lot of excitement. It's a great story about how it came to be, but it's getting crushed right now on Wall Street. Why?
Down about 5% today. Barron's wrote an article, which I love to read Barron's on the weekend. It tends to have negative angles, which is refreshing because you're not looking for everyone to love what you like. Ultimately, what the author said was, yeah, we saw the flip camera and it was high definition in your back pocket. Here we're seeing, you know, GoPro, it's awesome, but this will eventually be a feature of a cell phone. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to strap a $600 cell phone on their motocross, and that's a little bit of an issue. But is it worth $5 billion? I can't imagine a scenario where they make $5 billion in the next few years. Is it worth $2.5, $3, $4 billion? I can imagine that, especially if their channel continues to get advertisers going towards like a not a Mello, but like a sports drink tied towards the you know, the videos that you're seeing. It seems to have the right audience for what advertisers are looking for.
Those extreme adventurous outdoor people.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about binge TV watching. With the rise of DVRs, a lot of advertisers are saying people are just fast forwarding through our ads, but I guess Netflix is sort of flipping that paradigm a little bit?
Well, yeah, there's a big research report looking at Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu, and ultimately 80% of millennials are binge watchers, 68% of Generation X, and 49% of boomers. Women do it a little bit more than men. It's a trend, it's not a fad, and because of that, advertisers are starting to figure out what can we do. And you know, maybe a Netflix will say, look, we'll take $1 off your subscription if you watch these videos. Binge viewers are pretty value-oriented, but they're also pretty tolerant that there's a value equation. So they tend to stick around and watch one long commercial, and that's what advertisers love. So TV's trying to change quickly. We can't watch news and binge, we can't watch sports and binge, but we could watch everything else in binge. And again, I did it with Breaking Bad, watched 2 seasons in like 3 days. Changes the way, and again, Orange is the New Black. I'm gonna get there, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna binge it later. So advertisers are liking that we bingers tend to reward them and pay attention to their commercials.
All right, very good. Rob, thank you much for joining us today. As always, you can reach out to Rob and touch base with him on our website at cron4.com. Rob, thank you.
Thank you.